Alright guys, this is update number 21 on the 1937 Rat Rod Chop Top Dually. Alright, so this week I've been scavenging parts, trying to get everything together, keep moving on the car. I'll show you a clip of me going through some of my cars. Some people call it picking, I call it scavenging, whatever. Finding parts I can use. So I got some headlights off of a 82 280Z I've got. Turn signal, stuff like that. Stuff that'll work. I actually took the radiator out of it and fixed my 64 pickup, so now I can get that back on the road and start driving around again. Took a gas tank out of a Lexus I had back there. Just some random stuff that I can use I don't have to go buy. Now the gas tank, turns out that when I took it apart to clean it, yeah, it's bad. So I did some digging around. Fuel cells are a lot of money. Don't really need a fuel cell for this. I mean, I've got one in my other truck, but there's no real reason for it. So I landed a 18-gallon tank from a boat. It'll work fine. 25 bucks. Can't beat it. Picked up an air tank too, brand new in the box. 40 bucks. That works. Got that. I did take the pedals, the original pedals, out of the off the 37 chassis. I've got them soaking now. The road grind was ridiculous on them. I can't weld to them or anything, so I got them soaking. Hopefully clean them up today so I can start figuring that out. But I picked up the glass packs and some U-bends and stuff so I can work on the exhaust, get that figured out. And then I just went to the metal place and yeah, I got ass raped on prices, but bought enough steel to start finishing out the back of the frame. Okay, it's Wednesday. I feel like shit, so I'm not really gonna do a lot of fabbing today, but I'm gonna go scavenge some parts out of some cars I have in the backyard. We know we need pedals, we know we need a fuel tank, we need whatever, so we're gonna go back there now and pick through some things and see if we can find some shit to use on the car. So some minor stuff for today. Alright, let's see what we find. So some of you guys have to run to AutoZone every time you have need a part. I just come to my backyard. It's a mess, it always is. I clean it up, it gets destroyed, so whatever. So I got the frame for the 37 over here. I think we'll go ahead and pick through that and see if we can find anything worth using on this. I don't want to use that fuel tank. Not really, it's too old. So, but I do have this pedal assembly here, and as you can see, well, I don't know if you're gonna tell, everything moves really good. There's this plate for it all to pivot on. Can't use that master, but whatever. But it might be a good starting point, so starting from scratch. And there's a proportional valve up there, like a splitter. It looks like it goes one in, which is normal, left wheel, right wheel, and one to the back. So, and it's got a brake light solenoid in it. Well, we can try it and see if it works. One less part to buy. So let's see if we can get through this grime and get some of these parts off. So today, what I think we're going to work on is maybe finishing up some of the exhaust, figuring out some of that. I got some expanded metal to go under the engine, and I need to put at least a heavy bar in there to protect that oil pan. That oil pan is like 400 bucks. I don't want a rock coming up and going through it. So I'm gonna order me lowering it down on something, you know, something stupid. So I think what I'll do is I'll put a heavier piece of steel right there to protect the bottom of the oil pan. Some expanded metal in front of it to let the air flow up on it. We'll go from there. So I think that's what we're gonna start on, is doing some mock-up on the exhaust, figuring that part out. Not sure I want to weld everything out because still got to get to some stuff, but figure it out and we'll go from there. All right. All right, well, the exhaust is all tacked in place. I'm bench welding it out now. I didn't put the tips on because I want to be able to line them up perfect so they match, and I'm not really sure what kind of tip I'm putting on it. So anyway, right now I'm just bench welding this out. Once they're cool, we'll put them back in and we'll go from there. Now, I'll admit my cuts weren't perfect, so I've got some gaps to work with. So I'm gonna take my time and go through it. I might even grind a little bit on these just to make them look good. All right, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm wrapping on my heat wrap. Who cares? Anyway, all right, later. Alright guys, so while the headers are, the exhaust is cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and take this time. I pulled the grill and the radiator out of the car. I'm going to take the time and pull the airbag fittings and everything, and I want to go ahead and put Rectiseal on them so they can all dry up hard, and that way I don't have to worry about leaks. So I'm going to work on that now, and then I need to make a passageway for wires and air lines to go along the frame and not and then weld metal in front. That way the heat from the exhaust doesn't cook the wires. That's what I'm working on, guys. Alright, well, I spent the last 3 hours cutting a plate because the plasma cutter just won't cut. I don't know what's going on. Eastwood support is freaking not there on the weekend. So, took forever, but I got this plate in, and you're probably wondering what I was doing with the conduit. I'm going to show you right now. Alright, well the conduit runs up and there's a hole right there. I welded it out and made it smooth so that goes there, passes behind here, and ends up over there. And I welded this whole plate in, okay? What I'm doing is that hole in that conduit is to run my headlight wires, my turn signals, and my airbag lines down through there. So it's got to pass by these exhausts, so I'm plating it over there, trying to protect it from the heat and everything. So that's what I'm doing, and that way I can cleanly get my wires and the lines back to the cab. So now it's time to do the one thing I hate more than anything, and that's heat wrap the headers. I have some heat wrap left. I don't know how much I have. So I'm just going to work on the area that goes below the frame. So I hate the stuff that gets everywhere. It gets embedded in your skin and everything else. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully I got enough to do that area, because it'd be nice to put these headers back on and be done with that area. So, alright guys. Well, as usual, not enough heat wrap. Gotta go buy some in the morning. So, work on whatever I can. I only got like another hour left I can do. So I'm gonna work on that. Alright guys, so it didn't seem like we got much done today, but we did get the exhaust completely welded up other than the tips, but I'm going to do something special with that. New fittings in the airbags. We got the rock guard under the oil pan. I got the 1/4 inch plate under the oil pan to protect it. So did get some things done. Got that conduit run to run the wires and everything. So yeah, some things got done. It's just a slow day. We didn't get a lot done. Did some research, found out that plasma cutter, the reason it's probably doing it is I don't have a good enough dryer in line. I got 3 filters in line, and a dryer, but I guess it's not good enough. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna try to go grab one and see if it'll work. So alright guys, good night. Like, subscribe, I appreciate it. Have a good night.